Hi Cancer, this is Paula from Water Chariot Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your second half of January love reading. So before we get started, I would appreciate it if you do a like and subscribe, and leave me some comments too. The more you guys interact with me, the better I'm going to get better at reading. So this is the way I see it. I can read the cards as they are. But the more interaction I get with people online, the better it's going to be for me to read them intuitively as well and get a better reading that way as well. So we're going to go ahead and move into your love reading for the second half. So this is how it's going to work this time, is how your person is seeing you in the past, present, and the upcoming, in the future. And so the main reading right here is wings. You never needed those wings to fly. So how your person's seeing you right now. They're seeing you as a person that used to, focus more on those fake wings back there, keeping yourself kind of stuck in that tower, probably pretending within those towers that you can fly. But eventually she set herself free. She put those fake wings behind her, and she realized that, you know what, I am more than capable of using my own power to lift myself up out of this tower and going out on my own. And so this is also has to do with criticism, how you treat yourself, how you think about yourself, self-doubt, going through a never-ending cycle of doing that to yourself. So they probably saw you as a person who was always negative about you, always self-criticizing yourself, doubting yourself, putting your mental thoughts into thinking that you can't acquire things on your own. But they also see you eventually setting yourself free from that. So how we see it here in the tarot, we're going to jump into it. So this is the past. So in the past, they see you as the Two of Cups, the Empress, and the Devil. How they see you in the past is you had a relationship with them, where things were really good between the both of you, but it seems like there was love and you guys were equally giving it to each other, but at the same time there was so much dang on passion and sexuality in the relationship. It became where you guys were so attached to each other. This could have turned into like what is that word, codependent situation, where you guys were just basically tied to one another, and it just turned into like a toxic situation. So they saw you as a person who, you wanted to give them that love and become like a soulmate with them, equally give, both of you give to each other, and you're wanting to, they also saw you as an empress, a person to be desired, someone who has everything. And this also talks about sexuality. So they probably saw you as a sexy person, but they also saw that you were dealing with toxicity. They saw you as someone who was codependent on them. This relationship became intense, and they saw you as an intense person. In the present time, they see you someone as in the Five of Cups, the Lovers, and the Nine of Swords. So it seems like you're probably not with this person anymore. You guys had to separate from each other. And so they see you mourning the loss of them. Or so they think that's what you're doing right now. That you're mourning everything that has happened between the both of you, and it puts you in a stressful state. They also see that you had a good soulmate relationship with them. They see that that's what you were wanting from them as well. And you were stressed out after the whole situation. I'm not seeing death cards yet or the world card yet, but I really do feel like this relationship, has ended between you and your person. Or if it hasn't, it will be. But right now, they're just seeing you as someone who's mourning and stressing and maybe even depressed over the ending of a relationship that you thought was very soulmate, like this was your person. And they probably see you that way too. They saw you as their soulmate too. So let's go ahead and jump into your future. And so what I see for your future is the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and I also see the High Priestess. In the future outcome, it looks like after all of this is over, after you're done with the mourning and stressing over and letting go of this soulmate situation with them, you gain the strength to fly. They see you putting in the work and waiting. You're literally waiting. You're waiting for something that's more passionate, something that's a lot better. The High Priestess has to do with information, knowing things, keeping things to yourself, all this new information that's coming in. Maybe you're just like tight-lipped right now after the whole situation. They are thinking that you're up to other things, that you're working on other things and waiting to see if it's gonna bear any type of fruit. Something that's a little bit more passionate, and you're keeping that to yourself. If that's not the case, they probably see you waiting on them to come in to try to work this out again. But you're not really expressing that to them. They just feel like you're waiting for them to come through and passionately, for them to make the choice to work on this. Because they feel like you feel like you already put in the work, you already put in enough. And so you're just kind of like sitting back pretty, waiting to hear from them to finally reveal what they want to do in this relationship, if they want to bring it back together or not. But before we go there, I actually try to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, and what came out was the Seven of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So, okay. So what this looks like is that they see that at one point when you did put in the work with them and you're waiting for the results for them to finally push the relationship forward or do right by you, eventually you got to a place where once this ended, you blocked them off. You did not want to deal with them anymore. So they see that you're at the place where you're not letting them in. If they even try to come to you with anything, you're not taking anything that they're trying to say to you right now. They also see that you have the Wheel of Fortune in front of you. And so what this has to do is things are changing for you. So what the change is that you're no longer wanting to deal with whatever it is that they're trying to bring your way. And so I'm sure they feel that, eventually you're going to get exactly what you deserve. You deserve for this wheel to turn. It has to do with ups and downs, and you have dealt with heavy downs, and this relationship wasn't a good one. I mean, it was passionate, there was love, but it was just so intense that eventually this relationship turned into something where it was too codependent, or there's too many fears, or no trust. There's just so much going on in this relationship that it ended up in a stressful situation, even though you both know that you guys are soulmates. But it's just, it didn't turn out the right way. But they see you not allowing them back in, and you're deciding to let things move forward in your life, let things turn, and luck is on your side for that new change. I also decided to go ahead and do the same thing for the High Priestess and clarify that. And what came out for you is the Death card. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Swords. This right here, Cancer, speaks volumes, okay? So what they're seeing right now is at one point they saw you as a person who just wasn't thinking well at one point. You weren't thinking well about yourself. You was probably putting yourself down, maybe because of this situation. But then eventually they're seeing you right now in the future, moving on from all this negativity, moving away from everything that wasn't working out, and they see you becoming stronger. You're no longer putting up with their bullshit right now. You are blocking them the fuck off, and you are wanting something that's more in your favor, more that, more of a good karma coming your way. That's what you're waiting for. And they're also seeing you putting your foot down and putting a real good end to whatever they're trying to do. So if they're the type that they're like in and out and not really trying to be committed to you, you decided to, you know what, this is not for me. I'm not doing this. I know this is toxic. I don't want to be stressed out and hurt anymore over this situation. So I am trying to make those changes. And the change is to no longer continue to do what you did before, which was trying to give to this person equally. You wanted for you and them to give equally to each other, and they see you right now not doing that anymore. You're no longer interested. You're just doing you, boo, right now. So that's really good, Cancer. You're just putting an end to whatever that was in the past, and you're also in the Two of Swords. You're not blocking yourself from good knowledge, from information, things that you need to see clearly. If you notice, she is blindfolded, and she has the swords that are blocking her heart, blocking her from receiving, and her not seeing things the right way. And now that you're in this Death card moment, and you're no longer giving to them anymore equally, you set yourself free, Cancer, to no longer put yourself in that position where you're seeing things correctly. You're going to be opening yourself up to newer things that has nothing to do with them. And you're seeing things clearly now. And you're open to the new things that you're seeing, to the new thoughts that you're thinking about how you're going to handle this situation. You're putting an end to all of this, which is good, Cancer. This is really good. So they're seeing you getting out of this rut. Let me just, let me just pull out a couple more cards for you, okay? Just to see what else is coming up for you. Four of Swords. They see you resting now. You're not in the place. Look at the difference. You were at the Nine of Swords. Now you're at the Four of Swords. She looks a lot better. Now she can lay down. Yeah, she may still be thinking about the situation, but it's not as bad as it was before. So now you're literally, your mindset is like relaxing now. It's changing. You're like, you may still think about the whole situation here and there, but it's not as bad as it was before, where it's stressing you out, maybe even put you through depression. But you're at a place right now where you're trying to rest. You're trying to bring yourself a peace of mind. Let me see what else comes out for you, Cancer. Oh yeah. So you right now, what you're doing is the Four of Cups. If they're coming straight to you to try to rework this out again, you are giving them a big fat hell to the fuck no. You need to leave me alone. I am not in the mood to be dealing with you right now. I want nothing from you. So this reading has to do with somebody from your past, somebody that you dealt with. You're being patient with yourself, Cancer. You being very patient with yourself and bringing wholesome balance into your life. Things are just, they're going to go where you want them to go because you're being patient with yourself. To move on from all of this nonsense, from things that weren't working. And if they just try to come around and try to be manipulative or try to get you to get back into something, they're going to see that you're not in that place anymore where you're always self-doubting, always talking about yourself badly, putting yourself down, that you'll just be willing to take them back and, let them run you over all over again. You're not there anymore. You have set yourself free and you realize what your worth is. And you don't deserve to take them back. And you're going to be blocking them off. So let's see if we can get you one more card and then we'll wrap it up, Cancer. But so far, I really like your read because you're doing well for yourself. Let's see. Yep, there you go, Cancer. Queen of Cups. Okay. I have to say this for those of you who did go through something and you're like getting out of it, they see your person, your ex-person sees that you're pouring love back into yourself. They see you fixated on this cup, on your emotions, on you. You are a water sign. You're focusing on yourself, making sure you come back into your true watery self. Being able to love yourself, being able to take care of yourself. But just be careful because the difference between the king and the queen tends to really wear her emotions on her shoulders, and she doesn't have a really good balance in emotions. So she might get a little bit more expressive in her emotions and let it lead her, but just try to tame it, okay? But you're literally getting back to yourself. Like, you're not even focused on who you're going to give this to. You're just focusing on what you can pour back into yourself. And the King of Cups, if you notice, he's actually looking up and he's extending the cup to somebody else, but you're not extending this to anyone. You're looking at it, you're admiring it, you're exploring what's in your cup. You're going to be finding ways to bring love and strength and a good peace of mind to yourself. You're going to be pouring back into you. And I think that's fantastic, Cancer, because honestly, we Cancers, we need a break. I'm a Cancer too. And I can kind of relate to this message right here because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had to deal with some crazy ass shit in the past couple of years, dealing with a relationship that really tore me apart and did leave me in this moment where I was, upset and distraught and unhappy. And I kept thinking about the relationship over and over again. And I saw them as a soulmate and I was depressed for a long time. And what made matters worse is that I had a child with this person. And so I just wasn't in a good place. And for years I dealt with the depression. And for years, they kept coming back in and out. and I kept allowing it. But as of late, I have not, and maybe this is a call for all of us Cancers to really realize that we are amazing people, and we shouldn't put ourselves in positions like that where we're used and they don't see our worth. We gotta fight back and block people and get them out of our energies and know that we deserve so much better than what we're getting. We deserve so much more. And if we have to cut back and not get into anything and not go out on dates or anything like that because we're working on us, then that's exactly what we need to do. We need to pour love back into us and work on us. Because eventually it's going to give us everything that we need. We're going to be totally ready for whoever comes in next that's going to be good to us and loving towards us. We need to be ready for that. We don't want to still be hurting, okay? Because when we're hurting and we get into something brand new and we're not ready, we're going to end up hurting that other person or dragging them into what we already left. So if this resonated for you, Cancer, please like and subscribe. And again, just leave some comments if it resonated. It'll be great. But y'all take care of yourselves. I'm really proud of you guys. Keep doing the work, okay, Cancer? Keep it up. Take care of yourself, okay? Bye.